Set theory practice exercises number 66. All right, now this stuff is getting real. This is what you can expect to see on an exam. That'll be the case for 67 as well. So you'll notice when they first start out with 18 had seen matrix, I cannot put that anywhere on my Venn diagram right now, because when they say 18 people had seen the matrix, they are talking about this entire region right here, because they did not say 18 people had seen the matrix only. So 18 had seen the matrix is going to be this region, this region, this region, and this region, all added together. So I'm not ready to do that yet. In fact, I'm going to need to start out where it says 6 had seen all 3. Well, that's going to go right here. Okay, so those are the people who had seen, the number of people who had seen all 3. Okay, now we'll notice we have 1, 2, 3 statements where they had seen, how many people had seen, in this case, Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. You notice they didn't say Lord of the Rings and Star Wars only. When they're saying they saw Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, they're actually talking about this region right here. Okay? So hopefully you can see that what we will need to do is take this 14 right here and then subtract 6 from it. So we get 8. So indeed, 14 people have seen Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. Okay, so let's look at this right here, this bit of information. 10 had seen, sorry, I forgot, oh, The Matrix, I forgot the name of it, and Star Wars. So The Matrix and Star Wars, well, that's going to be this region right here, Matrix and Star Wars, okay? So if 10 have seen that, then that means that we're going to take the 10 minus the 6, and we're going to have 4 in this region. So indeed, 4 plus 6 gives us 10. That's how many people had seen The Matrix and Star Wars. So 12 have seen The Matrix and Lord of the Rings. So they are talking about this region right here, that entire region, which means that I'm going to need to take the 12 and then minus the 6, and that, oops, that gives me 6 right here. So 6 plus 6 indeed is 12. Okay? All right, now the last thing I need to do is look at the number of people who have only seen, who have seen one movie. They're not saying only one movie, but we're just talking about how many people have seen The Matrix. Okay? So indeed, these people, and these people have seen The Matrix, but they also saw some other movies, right? So now we're looking for how many people saw The Matrix only. So I'm going to take that 18 minus 6 minus 6 minus 4, and that leaves us with 2. So that's how many people saw The Matrix only. All right, let's do the same thing with Lord of the Rings. So I'm going to take that 20 minus 6 minus 6 minus 8, and that gives us 0. So I guess for Lord of the Rings fan, you're going to see the other ones too, according to this particular poll. All right, and with the Star Wars, 24 had seen Star Wars. So these people saw Star Wars and some other movies as well. So we have the 24 minus 4 minus 6 minus 8, and that's going to give us 6. Now, they did not tell us how many people they polled in general. Otherwise, we would be able to figure out what we have here. They didn't tell us how many people they polled, and they certainly didn't tell us how many people didn't see any of these. So we're going to assume that this is 0. All right, now let's actually answer the questions that they asked up here on A and B. They asked how many students have seen exactly one of these movies. Well, that means that we're going to add the 2, because these people saw Matrix only. nobody saw Lord of the Rings only, and 6 people saw Star Wars only. So that's going to be 8. And then on B is pretty simple. They said how many people had seen only Star Wars. Well, these 6 people had seen Star Wars and nothing else.